I'm just going to show some stretches for horses that need top line development. So the first one is a belly lift. And so I'm going to put, if you have fingernails, wonderful. You're going to put your hands right under the sternum and come about 6 inches back to right behind where the girth would lay and ask them to lift their belly. Good boy. And you can reward with a treat. If the horse is a super treat hog, sometimes you have to tie their head to the wall and then just give it like that. That's just what you have to do. So I do honestly, you can't do too many of these. Alicia will give you the specific number that she wants to do for each horse, but an average good number is 20 and maybe 2 sets of 20. Do it, come do another stretch, come back. So I'm gonna do just one more, and it's a lot of firm pressure. Your nails and fingers need to be even. Please don't try to go like this and push, or this and push. Not comfortable for them, so try to keep it even. Good boy. And again, those you can't overdo. Tail pulls, 2 sets of 15, 2 sets of 10, 15 seconds each. So you're gonna pull until the horse, you start to see a change in the horse's glute muscle, and hold for 15, let them rest, 10 on each side. So it's fine that he spread his legs. He's just getting a better base of support. What you don't want is for them to continually move. He's smart. He's not gonna continually move. And that little shift is telling you that he's working that muscle. So that's not a bad thing. You just don't want them to swing back and forth. Contact me if they start swinging back and forth. I've only had one horse do that ever, so it's pretty rare. Carrot stretches. There are several different stretches that you can use. I'll show you the ones that I like the most. You can't overdo carrot stretches. So if you did maybe 10 stretches each direction, that would be a good number. Again, Alicia will tell you specific numbers for each horse. This one is asking the horse to come all the way back. Horses that are very flexible can touch their gaskin. This is their gaskin muscle. This horse is relatively flexible. He can't quite touch his gaskin. If we work with this horse for a month, he could easily touch his gaskin each time. With my horse, I simply point to the area I want him to touch on his body, and he touches it with his nose and he gets a reward. Again, this horse is just learning this, so this is very good actually for him. Another spot that I ask the horse to touch is their hip. So again, with my horse, I touch the body part I want him to come to. He comes around, he touches it, he gets the reward. This horse has no idea what I'm asking, so eventually he will, because horses like treats. Be careful with this one. This is where your fingers can get pretty mauled. So please don't lose a finger. Good boy. And then as far up as they can go. I touch here, but my horse, obviously, that's pretty hard for them to touch up there, so he just gets as close as he can, and I reward him. If you are not in an enclosed area like a stall, and you're doing this in the indoor arena, it's okay if they swing around once or twice like the horse just did here. But if they're consistently spinning, you need to stop, tell them to take a break, take some really deep breaths yourself, and tell them they're not going to get a single treat if they continue to get worked up like that. This is about boundary setting. Horses cannot start to grab at you, can't start to swing around and ask for the treats, can't start to dig in your pocket, can't start to dig in the treat holder. You need to stop, take a couple deep breaths, reset, and then you can begin the stretching again. Good boy. And again, 90% of the horses I work with, they understand what I'm doing. If I stop, take a deep breath, and put my hands behind my body, that means you're done if you continue to behave like that. And sometimes you do just need to put the horse away and come back out when he or she has calmed down. This horse is more flexible one side than the other. Can you tell which direction he's more flexible?
This side, yeah.
Yep, obviously this way. So here, this horse is very, very easily able to touch his gaskin. Good. Oh, good. And then also to the stifle. We'll see what he does on the hip. Oh yeah, he can touch the hip. So I bet if we started doing this and the horse started doing it like I do with my horses, he could figure out what I'm asking. It won't take long. Maybe 2 or 3 sessions. I don't like when you do that. You don't get treats when you do that. Okay, last stretch is chin to chest. And you just ask them to stretch their whole back out. Some horses will not use the reins very well and start to buckle at the knee. That's when you need to just take a deep breath. No, I didn't want you to actually go down on your front. I wanted you to stretch through your back. So take a break, come back to it. You'll do it better there. Good. And again, 10 stretches each way for each side is plenty. That's it. Okay, so you can do with Dion, you can do 10 sets of a hold for 5 on the belly lifts. So 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5. 10 sets of those to start, and then we'll start adding 1 more set of hold for 5 per week after that first week. Does that make sense?
I think so. So one set of 10.
Yeah, 1 set of 10. So 50 seconds of holding, right? 5, and do that 10 times. And then as the weeks go on, an additional, so week 2 is 6 for 10, 60 seconds of holding, 70 seconds of holding. We'll stop at 100 seconds of holding. Yeah.